It's NHL playoff time. I'm talking once again with Dana Lane. Dana's 27-22 and 18 on the NHL playoff pick videos. We got two very interesting games on Slate tonight, so let's get right into it. And Dana, first and foremost, thanks for being back with us. St. Louis Blues are going to Chicago. All right, Chicago staved off elimination miraculously the other night, and I personally didn't think they would get it done. Now, will that boost and that switch of momentum, will it carry them through the rest of this series, or does St. Louis tighten up and get it done in Chicago?
Well, what a fantastic overtime goal. The fact of the matter is that I think that it will carry over into this game, and I've liked Chicago all along, and there's no sense of getting off of that. But certainly St. Louis has played with a lot of confidence, but I'm not sure that I want to be exuding that confidence in the papers like they have been as of late. Pietrangelo has said that, we don't mind going back to Chicago and winning the series, and I don't know why you want to light a fire under a team with this kind of pedigree. But there you have it, and we'll see if St. Louis can back it up. In order for Chicago to win, they have to win the battle of the special teams, which they have not been winning. But they certainly have had plenty of opportunities. They certainly have been in St. Louis's end of the ice more than the Blues have been in Chicago's. But we like this game to be a tight, physical game, a typical Blue Chicago game. So we're going to go with the under 5 at minus $1.05 in this one.
Yeah, and I'm a big believer in emotional edge for cashing tickets, and what you just shared with me, that information about a player that wants to make that statement and give them locker room material. Boy, I'll tell you what, if I was the coach or some of the players on the Blues, I'd be pulling this guy aside, maybe even taking him out to the back 40, whooping that ass, telling him, what are you thinking? You're going to fire up the wrong crowd, and you're going to fire up the wrong team, if in fact that happened, and I guess that has happened. So I like that advantage. What's the best shop line again for that under?
The best that we see is minus $1.05 with the total being at 5.
Okay. With that being said, just on a lean, do you think Chicago skates away with the win? I know you've had a really good read on them throughout the season.
I actually think St. Louis is going to come out in the first period and play well. But obviously, if I like Chicago for this series, then I gotta like them for tonight. But I expect St. Louis to come out and play well. You don't make statements at this time of the year without a pretty good idea that you feel like you're the stronger team. So I think St. Louis will come out and try to end this. But I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than probably they think.
And I'll tell you what, if we're in for anything like we saw the other night, that was one hell of a ball game, and I'm looking or hockey game. I'm looking forward to another one tonight. All right, the next game is Nashville going up against Anaheim. This has really been a battle. These two teams, I don't know if home ice, advantage exists. What's your call on this one, and could this thing possibly go to 7?
Yeah, it could go to 7, but I think Anaheim has a ton of momentum right now. And one of the plays that we like tonight is Anaheim in the first period at minus $1.50. And, they certainly have proven that they could win games on the road in Nashville and then going back to Anaheim. I think they are starting to play more of Ducks hockey. And that means get out early, play defense behind that early lead, and really make it difficult for pucks to get into the offensive zone. In that first period, Mike, if you take a look at the Ducks statistically, they're a plus 33 over the course of the season. So their best period is in that first period where they really focus on getting that early lead so they can play Ducks hockey. And I just don't like the Nashville Predators, even though it's 2-2. I just don't like the fact that they're averaging 1.7 goals in the playoff series. I just don't know if they have enough offense, which is something that we talked about the Ducks not having coming into this playoff series.
Yeah, and also, like you noted on, Anaheim is famous for getting that lead and then cranking down on that defense, and that's what they do very well. And I guarantee you that's got to be a big part of their game plan tonight, because I think it's important for them to shut Nashville down early, all right? Don't let any momentum, get caught up, because they know they have trouble scoring goals. As far as Nashville and Anaheim, is there any major injury updates that might, have a little factor in cashing the ticket here?
Yeah, both teams are relatively healthy. No injuries that are going to affect play in this in either of these games. And it's funny for that. That's funny for St. Louis because the first time that they're actually healthy during the course of the year is into the playoffs. But neither one of these games are going to be affected too much by injuries, and we should see a pretty straightforward effort by both.
Okay, so a total of 2 picks, if I'm correct, and if that's so, would you go ahead and review your picks for our viewers?
Yeah, absolutely. We like Chicago and St. Louis to go under the 5 at minus $1.05, which you're getting the best of that number. And also we like Anaheim in the first period minus $1.50. And just because I don't like to stay on 2 picks because 1-1 drives me crazy, we're also going to go with St. Louis plus 115 in that first period against Chicago. So a total of 3 picks overall.
Wow, okay. I like that. That sounds confident. And another thing I was going to ask you about, the LA Kings, obviously, they're done for the year. How much did that catch you off surprise? And do you think that this team's going to go through some major changes for next year, Dana?
It didn't catch me off as surprise at all. I mean, if you go back and look at our videos that we did with Pete Loshak, I said that I like San Jose a tick better than I like the Kings. So it was not a surprise that they went out in the first round. And to me, there were just so many inconsistencies. And we talk about how the Ducks came back from 16 points down. Well, we don't ever talk about how the Kings blew a 16-point lead. And that inconsistent play carried on into the playoffs. I think there will be some minor changes. But again, for the Kings defensively, Alex Martinez was non-existent. And I think that really made a difference on the back end for them. So I don't think the Kings ever make a lot of huge moves. They'll make some small moves to try to improve. But as a core, they're pretty solid.
Yeah, and as a core also, I guarantee they're scratching their head wondering what the hell went wrong and why didn't we, catch up with it and fix it, and I guarantee it's got to be frustrating for them. Now, with the picks you put out today, you actually bet them yourselves. Is that correct?
Of course, everyone. And a few are not that do not coincide with client plays because when you talk about client plays, we like to kind of go one at a time because that if I give 15 picks out to my clients, if they have a bad day, they'll go bankrupt because they don't manage their money. But yeah, that's right. I mean, we play every play, and certainly we want to focus on managing our bankroll. So it's small plays to win big over a long period of time is really what we're focused on.
Okay, well, fantastic, Dana. I appreciate the insight, the breakdown. Viewers, you heard it. All right, jump aboard with Dana Lane and his picks, and there's a lot more NHL hockey left to cash some more tickets. Dana, thanks so much for your time. Have a great weekend. I hope you beat the book hard, and I look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Mike, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate your time, and best of luck to you.